And welcome to a brand new edition of the Screen Team on today's Talk 930 KWOC and 93.3 FM. Today we're going to be reviewing the movies District 9, The Fifth Element, and the original movie, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, back from 1947. And to join us on the show, back from school, I guess, is Mr. Michael Bowling. Michael, it's good to have you back on the show. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. It's good to see you. Thank you for having me.
First off, how's school going?
It's going really good. I start back in 2 weeks. I'm really excited for it, and yeah, it's going really good.
So what are you taking up in school?
I am majoring in mass media with an emphasis in advertising, and I am minoring in German. So I really want to work in the movie industry. Actually, I want to advertise for films, make the posters, put together previews, and just work with promoting films and whatnot.
Can you say something in German for us?
Ja, ich kann.
What is that? Yes, I can. Yes, awesome.
I can.
Look at that, man. I'm getting smarter every day. All right, man. So we got you back on the show, and we've got 3 films that you've decided to do for us. We've mentioned them already: District 9, The Fifth Element, and the original Secret Life of Walter Mitty. And that's the first one we're going to do today. And I did not get a chance to see this film, so why don't you tell us about it, man?
The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Before I say anything, I just want you to know I have not seen the new remake with
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller, yes, I have not seen that. I really want to see it, but I just haven't had the chance to see it yet.
Of course.
But I did watch this one weekend while I was back home from school for a little bit. I was with my parents, and we saw the original and decided to rent it, and we watched it that night, and every single one of us loved it so much. It is. What's the best way to describe this movie? It contains elements of action, mystery, romance, comedy, even a bit of espionage. There's a little bit of James Bond going on in this movie.
Really?
But if anyone has seen the remake with Ben Stiller, then you know that it is about a man who is a heavy daydreamer. You know, he gets distracted easily and just gets sucked into his own fantasies. And that's the way the original one as well, only it's not as modernized. It was modern back then, but it's not.
Yeah.
Walter Mitty is a proofreader for a magazine company. It's not Life, but it's more like a comic book.
Yeah.
Like a Tales of Suspense company and whatnot. He's a proofreader, and so that really heavily fuels his imagination and everything. And as he's daydreaming, there are still points in the movie where it takes place within his daydream. So that's why I said there's a mix of action, adventure, romance, all that kind of stuff, because he daydreams about different things. At one point he can be a captain of this ship that's sailing in a storm. He can be a really, really good fighter pilot in World War II. He's being congratulated, and then he's doing a little number for his folks back at home. Or he could be, like I said, kind of a James Bond figure. The events that take place in the movie, he meets this woman who requests his help. She and her father are from, I think, Holland, and there's this art thief that's out there, and he wants, let me see if I can remember. It's been a little bit since I've seen it. But they want something that this woman and her father has, and they're trying to keep it from him, is the gist of it. And Walter gets sucked into this conspiracy almost, to where he puts himself and his family in danger, but he can't really do anything about it because, number one, since he daydreams all the time, it's almost like a boy who cried wolf scenario. Everyone thinks he's crazy whenever he tells everyone. And at the very end of the movie, you think he may be crazy because the bad guys always are one step ahead of him, and they make things that disappear when they were there at the beginning, so he can't show anybody. It's kind of like the Dancing Frog from Looney Tunes.
Nice.
Oh, my baby.
Yeah.
My honey. He stops singing. It's kind of like that thing. Whenever he goes to tell somebody, the thing that he was talking about magically disappears as soon as normal, so everyone thinks he's crazy. At the end of the movie, you think that he's crazy, and he himself thinks he's crazy, but then something happens. I won't say what, for spoilers and everything. I know it's 70-year-old movie, but still. But, he finds out he is right, and he goes and, in an act of heroism that you would not think Walter would be capable of just because he's such a shy and timid character, that he saves the day, he saves the girl and gets the girl, as typical Shining Knight scenario. And he proves to everyone that he's not crazy, and he actually stands up for himself at the end of the movie, because for the majority of it, there are a lot of his people, his mother, his bosses, and everything, who are pushing him around, and he stands up for himself at the end. Spoiler alert. But and it's just kind of that moment of triumph that like makes the entire movie worth it.
Yeah.
Even though the entire movie is fantastic, but the ending is like icing on top of the cake.
So this film has a great cast in it. Danny Kaye plays Walter Mitty. How did he do?
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, as many characters as he played one character, but at the same time he played multiple ones, since he was different people in each of his fantasies. So he could be shy, timid Walter Mitty in real life, but he is also, like I said, the fighter pilot in World War II. He's the sea captain. He's, you know, just the brave hero. He plays all those phenomenally. I honestly haven't seen him in anything else other than this movie. But now that knowing how great of an actor he is, I will be willing to watch anything else that he's in, because he did such a great job in this movie.
One of his classics is White Christmas, along with Bing Crosby.
I have not seen that.
So if you get a chance, check that out. Boris Karloff is in this film, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is.
How did he do?
That was actually a really pleasant surprise, because he plays the exact character you'd think he would play.
Right.
He's this creepy. He's just a creepy guy, basically. You know, he plays a psychiatrist in the movie. He's okay. I won't say again. Spoiler alert. But still, just know you'll know him when you see him, and it's just you kind of almost think that they did that on purpose, just to get the audience to be like, "I know who that is," almost like a cameo appearance. But Boris Karloff, he was awesome. He really was. Just seeing him in this movie.
So you have the benefit of most of the audience has probably seen the Ben Stiller one in regards to the old one here. After seeing this film, do you want to see the Ben Stiller film, or do you?
I would. I am intrigued by remakes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of fascinated by them, if you will. I like to compare them and see what they kept, what they updated. You know, a lot of times I like remakes. I like book to movie adaptations, just because I want to see how they would interpret what they found in the book or older movie into like a more modern remake. So I would definitely like to see the newer one and see if they kept any of the older tropes from the older movie, and if they updated them, or if they completely redid it altogether. I don't know. I would very much like to see the remake at some point.
Very nice. Well, you got me interested. I wish I could have saw this film. It wasn't on Netflix. Where did you find this film?
Hastings.
You found it at Hastings?
Here in Poplar Bluff, yes.
All right, very cool. It's the original The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, back from 1947, starring Danny Kaye, Virginia Mayo, and Boris Karloff. Coming up after the break, we're going to review The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis. That's coming your way next on Today's Talk, 930 KWOC.